Welcome to Get to Know Cars. I'm Chris, and welcome to a review like no other. I've never started it out hugging a lamppost. We've never done it so close to a highway, and it's windy as it could possibly be out here on this middle of November day. But that's okay because we have a fantastic vehicle to show you today. We're going to show you the 2023 GMC Sierra 2500 Heavy Duty. Big shout out to TAP Motors here in Owensboro, Kentucky for giving us today's car that we're going to review. You can find them online at tapmotors.com. Look for the link in the description. This is a 6.6 liter V8 Duramax diesel. And I tell you what, if I wasn't on this, I wouldn't be able to close the hood. It's quite large. But with this, we are getting 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque, and it is a 10-speed automatic. And on the hood here, I'm going to bring it down just to show you, but we do have a functioning hood scoop right here to allow air to get up in there. I think it gives it a really nice aggressive look on the front, but it is also functional, which is very nice. We'll close that. We'll come down off of the lamppost now. I really like, especially with the black color on the truck, that we have the chromed out grille. I think that's really nice. It's nice to kind of have accents like that, especially against a darker color. And I have to say, there are some really cool colors that this truck comes in. I would personally not choose the black myself, just because there are some really cool options. But I do think the chrome and the black look really good. You got your chromed out hooks on the front here. Of course, there are cameras around the vehicle. It's got a lot of technology on it. We got one right here on the front. We've got sensors right here. The lights, headlights and fog lights are all LED. Of course, they got that stacked appearance here. Really nice look to the vehicle. It's very boxy, and I just love that. That's how modern trucks are, and I love the boxiness of them. Back like maybe like in the early 2000s, like where the Ford F-150s and stuff were like rounded. I was never a big fan of those. I like boxy. And along the top of the truck here, we have our roof marker lamps, and of course the shark fin antenna. At the front, we do have independent front suspension on this truck. We have 20-inch polished aluminum rims, front and back. We've got power extending, folding side mirrors, and they do have a blind spot alert on them as well. Of course, we've got our Denali HD badging along the side, and right here we have our Duramax 6.6 badge. We've got our chromed out handles with some other chrome accents around the windows. And what's really cool with the handles is all of the handles, not just the front, but the back ones as well, have the keyless entry, like the lock and unlock feature. So no matter which one you're trying to access, you don't have to worry about getting a key fob out or anything like that. And I really like that they added that to the back doors. That's a really nice touch. We do have, of course, our running board along the side that comes out when you open the door. It's very simple technology how it just folds up. A lot of manufacturers do these differently, but I like that this just folds straight down, folds straight up. It doesn't have to fold into anything. It's a little bit more simpler, and let me tell you, it's very functional, because trying to get in this thing without it can be tough to do. We, of course, have our side step to get up into the back of the bed, which is nice, and we have our step in the back bumper, of course, which is pretty standard. You see that on a lot of trucks now. Got these little accents above the bumpers on both sides of the truck, of course, which are really nice, and they have GMC in them. That's pretty cool. And coming around to the back, of course, you got your cameras up there at the top. Looking down into the bed, you've got another one that acts for the rear view mirror camera. You got a power sliding window in the back, which is a nice touch. I hate it when you have trucks that cost as much as they do these days, and they don't have that little window on the back that opens. So this one actually has it. That's really nice. This is a very loaded truck. All right, at the back, We've got, of course, our trailer connector here. We've got a couple options here. These are for like trailer cameras. We've got a 7-pin connector right there. Of course, more sensors on the bumper. This truck does have the 342 rear axle. We have the multi-pro tailgate. Again, more cameras here. And you push the top one here, and it'll just kind of let you hold down the top part of it. So if you just have something that needs to kind of maybe just kind of reach in, however you want to do it, or if you have something that is going to stick out beyond the tailgate, you can actually just open this up right here, and it gives you an extra few inches of room. So if you have some boards or something in there, and you can reach them out to here, this gives you a nice little extendability option there. That's a nice touch. Or we can bring down the entire tailgate with the bottom button right there. Comes right down. And then voila, we have the spray-in bed liner on here. We've got some lights in the back. You got a 3-prong outlet here. You got some more outlets there. You got a nice little handle right here for when you're getting in and out of the truck, which you can do from your side step in the bumper, or we can use this one feature right here again, which folds down and acts as an actual step, and then you can grab your handle when you're getting in and out, just let it back down with this little lever right there, and it latches in there so it's not shaking about while you're driving. A really cool feature hidden within the step here is we have an audio system back here. You can connect to this auxiliary port, USB, or wirelessly, and you can play some music from your phone if you're just kind of chilling back here, working or whatever. That's a really cool feature. I absolutely love that. And right here on the driver's side front bumper, you will see a little port right here. That's where you can connect an engine block heater. And if we come around to the gas tank, we have a 36-gallon diesel gas tank with a door that does not lock. So, oh well. We have our little labels right here. This will give you an idea for your max payload, and of course different towing capacities there for you. Well, welcome to the inside of the GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. There's too many names, I just can't keep up. But at least it's not windy in here, and I appreciate that. So just want to kind of start with the door panel here. We're right next to a highway, so there's a lot going on out there. I really like just kind of the matte finish on the little wood trim right here, where it's not shiny. But that is a nice little feature there. The door panel overall, I mean, the finish is pretty nice. I mean, most of it's just plastic, but I think it looks nice. You got some soft touch through here. Nice big door handle. We do have memory options on the driver's side. Of course, there are lock and unlock here, window controls, and for the mirrors, good amount of storage down in here. Put some drinks down in here, snacks, whatever you want. And we do have Bose premium sound system in this truck, which is also a nice touch. We'll close that because the wind is absolutely brutal today. It's not cold, it's just annoying. And here we are on the inside. Of course, we have a nice sunroof here. We can tilt it, we can open it. You got your manual shade right here. I think that's a really cool touch on the inside. Of course, pretty standard features here on the inside. This is not a new interior for GMC for this model year. So you've got your four-wheel drive options, trailer options. You got all that over here. Your lighting options, which you'll just leave that on auto most of the time. Of course, we have kind of the analog and digital mix here. The analog, the speedometer, especially with more numbers on it, it kind of makes me think of like an old school alarm clock from like the 80s. I don't know, just the shape of it. It's very interesting. But I do appreciate the fact that we have this fairly large screen here that's digital, displaying our most relevant information. We do have some controls on the steering wheel as well as a heated steering wheel, which is a very nice touch. Speaking of that, we have some interesting options on the truck. We got heated seats, which I'm testing that out right now. We have ventilated seats. These are on the driver and passenger side. Or if you don't want the whole seat heated, you can press this button and just have the back of it heated. That is actually a really interesting feature. I've not seen that in a vehicle before, at least since we've been making these reviews. I'm going to learn a lot more the more vehicles that we do, but that's pretty cool. Of course, we do have our push to start because everything is keyless, getting in and out and starting the vehicle. We have an 8-inch display here in the center. We have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is really cool. We have wireless charging down here where you can set your phone. Nice, good size pocket for it there. Is it charging? Yeah, there it is. It took it a second. It did. Okay. You got a nice little nook in here next to it. You can set some keys or put some snacks in there, whatever you want. We got USB options, some other outlets up in here, which are nice as well. Of course, everything is just buttons on here, aside from the few things that will be in the touch screen here, which is nice. It seems very responsive. We've been messing around with it, messing with the loads of different camera options on here, which we'll cut to that. I've got a little shot of that. There are so many different options, from seeing blind spots, being able to connect your trailer, looking into the bed of the truck. You got a camera on the front of the truck. So many cameras. You actually have to navigate over to like a separate screen to access the rest of the camera options, because they all won't fit in one line underneath the camera view on the 8-inch screen. So many options on that, which are really, really cool. Of course, just our knobs and everything. I wish the knobs here, they finished them like in a kind of a, I don't know, I guess kind of like the wheels, like a polished aluminum type look, but they are very clearly plastic when you touch them. Tyler and I both agree these would have been nicer if these were just rubberized. It seemed like it'd be more practical, and it would feel more high-end that way, really, because while this might look a little more high-end, as soon as you touch it you realize, oh wow, it's just plastic, but that's okay. And of course, all your climate controls are through there as well. We have several different buttons all the way down through here, from your hazard lights to parking, to your tailgate, to your lane keep assist, to the exhaust brake, which is a really cool feature. If you want to try to reduce wear and tear on the actual brakes, this actually uses back force from the turbo to automatically slow you down on downgrades, which is pretty nice. You got your traction control. You got your hill descent. This button here is for the side running boards. You push that, they'll come out. And then this operates, this is where you can actually turn on the plugs that are in the bed of the truck, which is pretty nice. We got cup holders with kind of just like awkward spaces in between them for whatever reason. You kind of see that theme continue to the back seat, which we'll go over here shortly. Really nice center armrest. Same leathery material as the seats are. With a push of a button, here we are with a very, very generous storage compartment. You do have a little light right there, so at night you can see in. Of course, we have more USB options. It's nice to see an auxiliary port still on a 2023 model. That is a very nice touch, and an SD card slot. We have more cup holders right here, so if you got more than just 2 drinks, you could set them here, or these are nice and convenient for your backseat passengers. And the seats feel pretty good. They seem very solid, seem like they should hold up for years to come, and I really like that they say Denali in the headrest, and the headrest is kind of soft. I like the headrest. It's a nice finish, but Tyler's favorite feature, at least in this vehicle, and what is a very, very cool feature, and I mentioned it on the outside that one of the cameras was for this, is that this is completely digital. Now, when you turn the vehicle off, it's just a normal rear view mirror, but right now, we're looking through one of the cameras. And we do have 3 different settings. You can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the magnification, and you can adjust up and down as far as how you want to see the view. I think this one right here is pretty much perfect, gives you a nice wide angle, and then we can just kind of let that menu disappear. That's really cool. I really like that, especially in a big truck like this, to have that option so you have the most amount of visibility as possible between all the cameras on here, and having this camera enabled rear view mirror. That's really cool. Of course, up in here in our dome light area, we just just touch. I like that the lights just kind of gradually come on and come off. You have OnStar capabilities, and then of course these are going to be for your sunroof up here, which is very nice. We have a nice little storage compartment up here. This is deep. We've been in a few trucks for the channel so far. That's pretty deep. I like that. You kind of have one, it's a little higher, and then you have a deep pocket right there. You can just throw some sunglasses in there, whatever you might use it for. And of course, we're continuing a very repetitive theme that we see in trucks, but I like it when it comes to the storage over here. We do have our dual glove boxes, of course the top one being the least practical. You can fit only just a handful of things in there, and then we have our primary one down here, which does offer a decent amount of space. And there are little side pockets right through here, which is nice, and you have another little piece of wood trim right there, which is a nice little touch. They didn't overdo it with the styling, but they just put a little bit of TLC into it, and that's appreciated. Another really cool feature is that there is heads-up display for the driver with some controls for that to the left of your steering column. And that's a nice feature on a big truck like this, to have that where you don't have to look down. You can just look straight out and it's right there for you. Pretty nice. Let's hop into the back seat and see what that looks like. And welcome to the back seat of this really, really cool truck. We have pockets in the back of the seats, which are very nice. We have heated rear seats, which is a very generous touch to have. Of course, we have our vents back here, and we have some more USB ports and connectivity options. Of course, here's the cup holders I referenced earlier. Now, these are going to be important for the back seat passengers. If you pull down this little small armrest and you have people back here using this, they could set their drinks here. That way the drinks aren't in the way for the armrest. But if they're not, of course, you have drink holders there, which is nice. But this does seem a bit small for such a big truck. I mean, it's only half the size of the actual bench seat. It's a little small, but that's okay. We have these nice little hidden, well, they would be hidden if they didn't have very obvious pull straps, storage compartments built into the back of the seat, which I really like that. That is super cool. Just to throw a few things, throw some gloves in there, whatever you want to do. Being pretty nice. We got 60/40 fold-up bench seat back here, so you can have your storage here. Here's our cable for the engine block heater. And there's no button for that. You just lift it up and then yank it down. So there's no button or lever you have to pull to make that work. And of course, they've given us a little bit of extra headroom back here for the back seat passengers. That was nice to think of them. And generally speaking, there is absolutely no question of space back here, but for the sake of the review, we will show it. Look at that. Wow, that's fantastic. I can actually stretch out and just get comfy back here. I like this. This is pretty sweet. And of course, we do have nice little lights right there, which are really small, but you can tell that they should be pretty bright, so nice touch. Well done, GMC. Well done. We got these little handles right here, which will help you when you're getting in and out. I like that. It's just, it really is heavy duty, which is why it's a 2500 HD. And it is for sale right now at Tap Motors if you want to check it out. It also has several safety features, a lot of things that I didn't even mention, like automatic braking in the event that the vehicle detects that you're going to end up in a collision. There's so many things on this. It's really, really a cool vehicle, and we appreciate you hanging out with us today on this overview, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, have fun, and put the pedal down.